Okay, let us start by paying homage to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So we are discussing about Patthana. Actually, yesterday I forgot to give the definition of Patthana itself. So what is the meaning of Patthana? What does Patthana mean? So here Patthana, usually if you see there is another word, maybe you are very familiar with it, Satipatthana, right? So when you see Satipatthana, there is also this word, Patthana. But it has another meaning. It is not the same. In Satipatthana, Patthana they translate as foundation of mindfulness, right? So the place where we should keep our mindfulness firm, that is Satipatthana. So it refers to as a foundation in that term. But here, as we are studying Abhidhamma, this Patthana is not the same meaning as that one. So here Pa means in various ways, in many ways. Thana refers to being, having causes. So the five khanda having causes in many various different ways, which we understand as Patthana. How many ways? Total is 24 ways, right? There are 24 Pachaya. So in these many various ways, the Dhammas are being causally related to each other. Thus we understand it as Patthana. So that is the meaning here we should understand. Okay, so Hetu Pachayo. We finished yesterday Hetu Pachayo. So what is Hetu? Hetu is root. In how many ways does it act? No. It acts in 3 ways, right? It takes up where there is nothing. That is the act of a root. It helps nourish the plant so that it does not fall away. That is its second act. And to the plant, when it's already big, it makes it firm and strong. That is the act of root. Similarly, these 6 Dhammas, which the Buddha described as root, also act in the same way. When there is no lobha, it can take root. So it can start. Your mind can have lobha. Then it can also increase that lobha. It can also make the lobha so strong, very strong and very firm. Thus it is Hetu. Okay. So there are how many Dhammas which we call as Hetu or root? How many Dhammas? 6 Dhammas, right? So 3 are akusala Hetu, 3 are kusala Hetu. So lobha, dosa, moha, alobha, adosa and amoha. So yesterday we finished understanding what are all these roots and the conditions they do. What are the associated mental factors and what are the rupas that are conditioned by these roots. So another thing I want to point out here is in terms of rebirth. So when there is rebirth, or in Pali we call patisandhi, so whenever beings die and beings reborn, so the first mind that arises in one's life, we call it patisandhi citta, or rebirth linking consciousness. So here, this is the mind stream, it dies here, then arises. So this is new life. So this first chitta is Patisandhi chitta. Okay. So usually when some beings take rebirth, this Patisandhi chitta is linked with these hetus. Okay. That's why we have this term, Dvihetuka Puggala, a person who has only two root in his rebirth, or Tihetuka Puggala, a person who has three roots in his rebirth, or Ahetuka Puggala, a person who does not have any roots. So there are these three roots while taking rebirth, Patisandhi. Okay, Ahetuka no root, Dvihetuka two root, and Tihetuka three roots. So Ahetuka usually you can understand, is like apaya. Why is no hetu means only we are counting kusala hetu here. So Ahetuka means there is no kusala hetu. Does not mean it does not have akusala hetu. Okay, if there is no kusala hetu, for sure there should be what? Akusala hetu. So usually most of the case Ahetuka Patisandhi will be four woeful states. So the commentary gives, if while near that moment, if Lobha takes root, what happens? The beings usually reborn in Peta realm. If someone die with dosa mind, they usually reborn in the hell. Okay. Then if someone die with moha, then usually they reborn in animal realm. So can be any, because we have some cases in Dhammapada also, those who die with lobha can go to hell. But generally speaking, the commentary takes in general, most of the time, if we die with lobha, will be peta. If we die with dosa, will be hell. And if we die with moha, usually will be animal realm. So these we can just understand as general rule. So nowadays many people die in hospital unconscious, very dukkha. No, you will die with moha in the mind. If they die with moha, then because in hospital they give you many drugs to reduce pain, to reduce your sati. So your mind not working properly. You have delusion a lot. Maybe sleepy, a little bit like sleepy, then they pass away. So it is dangerous. Usually we should try to die with I should not encourage death. So maybe we should do kusala our whole life. Okay. So then these hetus are counted only when we are talking about kusala. So when there is a hetu, usually is four woeful states. Sometimes in some cases there is a hetuka which can give result in human realm, in good destination, but those beings are like very suffering because they don't have any kusala hetu. But because of some karma, some conditions, they reborn as human, but they don't have any roots, any kusala hetu. So what happened to them? They are born blind. They cannot hear. Even when they are born, they don't have any arms, legs, Sometimes you see two humans stuck together, one person having two heads, like that. So very ugly. And those kinds of birth, since birth, they are not like human, not normal. They cannot have full bodily organs, and usually they die. In the stomach, usually they cannot even be born as human. They just die. Most of the time they die in the stomach of the mother. But sometimes they can, when they are born like this, very ugly, with not full limbs and senses, maybe eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, all these things will not be fulfilled. That is ahetuka sugati. So if ahetuka gives rebirth in Sugati, it will be very weak and very dukkha for them, similar to the woeful realms. Okay, then there is another Dvihetuka and Tihetuka. What does this mean? So Dvihetuka means having two roots of kusala, which is alobha and adosa. So only having two roots is Dvihetuka. Now another one, Tihetuka, these beings have all three roots, alobha, adosa, amoha. So usually when we are born with either two roots or three roots. So what determines how many roots we have in our patisandhi is in the time when we are accumulating a certain karma. So when we are accumulating a certain karma, let's say we do dana. We have belief in the karma result. We know this dana is something good. And we do dana for the welfare of the receiver. So in this case, our mind have alobha because we are relinquishing something. We have the mental state of wishing welfare to the receiver. When I offer this, maybe this Bhante will be happy. So we offer. So alobha, adosa always come together. They can usually, whenever we do any kusala, they cannot separate. Because whatever good thing we do, always have these two mind. Okay, let us give an example of sila. Okay, you practice sila. So it's not only for you, it is also for the benefit of others, right? Maybe you want to steal, but you refrain from stealing. So there is alobha. You overcome your lobha. And also you think stealing is bad because of other person might be sad when their belongings are stolen away. So there is alobha and adosa. So whatever good karma you do, these two things can never be separated. That's why we don't have eka hetuka. Either eka hetuka, one root. See, either there is no root, or two root, or three root. But there is no one root. Why? There is no one root because alobha and adosa are always together. They can never separate. If they separate, then okay, there might be eka hetuka or one hetu, but this cannot happen. Impossible. That's why either it will be two root or three root. Okay, so in two roots we see alobha and adosa, but we don't have panya. So sometimes people just do good things by habit. They don't think too much. They have habit. Usually for bhikkhus, salis who have been for a long time. So it's just habit for them to do chanting. So when we are chanting, okay, it's kusala. We memorize everything, but although we are chanting, we have wandering mind. But the mouth still chanting the sutta. Right? We don't have knowledge. So at that time, okay, alobha, adosa is present, but there is moha. Right? So I cannot say there is moha, there is no panya. Okay? There is no wisdom. So this kind of kusala will be dvihetuka, because although we are doing some kusala, but we are not wise. Our mind is not reflecting about any causal relationship or nama rupa or any truths or regarding the Four Noble Truths, anything which has wisdom. We are not reflecting. We are just chanting because of habit. Or some other cases, some we see in the monastery, some little children, they also come and they do dana. They are very happy to do dana. But they just do because their parents tell them to do. They don't have any wisdom. What is this? What is dana? What is the benefit of dana? They don't know. They just offer, right? Or sometimes I also see here in our monastery happening, like our helpers, kapiyas. So they are here because of, they think it's their job, is their work. So although they offer, they don't reflect any thing wisely. They might not even have good knowledge regarding karma result, those kind of things. So all these kind of kusala, we can say, have two rooted kusala. Okay, so when this kusala give result, as your next life, then your patisandhi will be dvihetuka. So you will not have wisdom. Since birth, you will not have wisdom in your mind. So your patisandhi will be without panya, only alobha and adosa. So that is what we should understand as dvihetuka puggala, a person who has two roots. So this kind of person in normal life, maybe they can be intelligent, okay? They can read, maybe they can top their exams, they can memorize because of their virya. They can do all these things. But lack of wisdom in what sense is they cannot penetrate the Dhamma deeply. So although they are very successful in worldly life, but when they renounce and when they practice samatha, they can never attain jhana. When they practice vipassana, they can never attain magga phala, because the root, they don't have the root of wisdom. So they don't have penetrative knowledge. Although studying knowledge they might have because of virya, maybe they can memorize a lot, not easily, difficult, but still they can do. They can be successful. These dvihetuka beings can be successful in daily life, also can be smart. But when regarding the topics of khanda, ayatana, dhatu, sacham, jhana, magga, phala, nibbana, so these kind of topics, they cannot penetrate deeply. Okay, so that is what is its meaning of dvihetuka puggala, the beings who have two roots. Okay, now moving forward to another root is. Okay, later, question and answer, maybe in the last, okay, please. Otherwise, if you interrupt me, we'll never finish. So now let us move forward. Tihetuka puggala. So, what are Tihetuka puggala? Those beings who have three roots in their rebirth: alobha, adosa, amoha. So what kind of kamma can give this result is when we are doing wholesome kamma which have all the three roots. So we are doing dana, we have alobha, adosa automatically. But we are also wishing nibbanasa pachayo hotu, or maybe because of this dana, you know kamma and kamma result. You understand kamma and kamma result. You believe in kamma and kamma result. You believe what you are doing is good thing. And you are also paying attention that this kamma in future will give some result which will be good. So if you have that much knowledge, then it is associated with wisdom. Higher, if you are a good meditator, then if you can even understand kamma result with your own direct knowledge, it will be much more stronger. But just by believing in kamma result is also enough for this panya to arise. So this is while accumulating the kamma. So when we are doing kamma based on these three roots, what will happen? You will have rebirth as three-rooted person. So when we are doing sila, okay, we don't want to break sila because if I break sila, I have to go to hell. So that is understanding, that is wisdom. So that wisdom also will be that kamma. When you are protecting your sila, thinking in that way, you will have three-rooted mind arising. Okay, so always whenever we do kamma, anything, we should always incline towards wisdom. We should not do any kamma mindlessly, otherwise it can be two-rooted. So if we have good kamma, then we should make it the highest quality. Three-rooted kamma, it is the highest quality. So when we are chanting, what should we think?
The meaning of
Yeah, the best thing is if you can understand the meaning of the Pali when you are chanting, then it will be three-rooted. Okay, maybe you cannot understand the meaning. Now what to do?
study.
So, no, you should, at least you should reflect, these are the words spoken by the Buddha. These are truthful words. And uttering this speech is like uttering the Buddha's word. So if you have this understanding, you have wisdom. So it's also quite okay, quite enough. Another thing, by chanting in this way, I can be reborn in Deva realm. I can be reborn in human realm. I can be wise in the future. So you will have another tihetuka. Okay, so this kind of thinking you can do when you are chanting. The best is understand the meaning of those suttas. It would be the best. So we finish ahetuka, dvihetuka and tihetuka. So maybe after this talk everybody have one question. What am I? Usually people have this question in their mind. What am I? Am I two-rooted? Am I three-rooted? How to know? So Mogok Sayadaw, he give one good example. How to know if you are two-rooted and three-rooted. So this is by Mogok, Venerable Mogok Sayadaw. Okay? So Mogok Sayadaw say, when you are practicing meditation, if you can see the arising and perishing of five khanda, the five aggregates, Rupa khanda, Vedana khanda, Sanya khanda, Sankhara khanda, Vijnana khanda. So if you can see the arising and perishing of these dhammas, okay, sure, you are three-rooted. Five khanda. Okay, so that is one way. Another way, according to Venerable Revata Sayadaw of Heho. So there was this question in the Burmese Sangha meeting. So Sayadaw Revata was invited. Then everybody asked this question. But no one can give for sure, okay, how to know whether someone is tihetuka or dvihetuka, how to know? So Sayadaw Revata gives this answer. Okay, there is one way we can know. You come to my monastery, you practice sila, and 3 years you try to attain jhana. Then if you can attain jhana, for sure you are tihetuka. So usually tihetuka people, they can attain jhana, they can attain magga, phala, nibbana. But dvihetuka, they cannot attain jhana, they cannot attain magga, phala, nibbana. So the best way is for you to practice. Then if you can practice, if you can see the nimitta, if you can absorb into the nimitta, okay, you are three-rooted, for sure, no doubt. But although you practice, we cannot say you are dvihetuka. You should always keep on trying, believing yourself as tihetuka, okay? If you think you are dvihetuka, you will stop practice. It is not beneficial. So we should always try. So for me, I think, okay, this is my idea now. I give other Sayadaw's idea, now my idea. For me, if you can practice meditation diligently, no, cutting off everything, not using any electronic devices, not talking with anybody for 6 months, then I think you can attain some level of concentration, which you can feel. If you have good parami, then even 6 months you can attain jhana in this way. So no need to wait for so long. But you have to practice very diligently, like relinquishing everything, just staying alone, practicing, maybe with a teacher, practicing diligently, maybe 10 hours every day, meditation, okay, for 6 months. Then okay, that is my idea, no, my way. Very dukha, not easy. Not easy, not easy. I'm not saying to do. If you want to try, just try. Otherwise, 3 years, according to Sayadaw Revata. If you just want to do slowly, then 3 years. Try for 3 years. He said. So these are two hetu. Actually, we should not think too much about what am I, two hetu, three hetu. Before I also thinking like this, I think I'm also dvihetuka. Then I feel maybe I am too rooted. I cannot successful in my meditation the whole life. I also think like this and become depressed. Then after maybe some month of depression, I think not suitable. If I think like this and I'm depressed, I cannot meditate more. So I should not think about this thing. It is what it is, already reborn. I cannot change. But what I can change is meditation every day, practicing every day. That I can change. So I never think about that after that. And I just try. In that way. We should also think in that way. Because we cannot change our past. So whatever it is, no worry. Although we do in this life, if we cannot attain in this life, for sure next life we will attain. So no worry. The Buddha say, those who attain up to, Sankarupekha, no? Sankarupekha jnana in Vipassana, but they cannot attain Maggaphala. So if they die when practicing, what happens? They reborn in Deva realm. Before realizing I am a Deva, they will understand Nibbana. That is one case. So next life, you can attain Maggaphala. Then another case, they reborn in Deva realm, they'll see, they are Deva. Then they reflect, because of what karma did I arrive here? Then they try to remember their past life. They see their meditation. Then knowledge will arise in them. So that is the second type. Then the third type, they become Deva. They see many Devi. Then they enjoy. They forget everything. But they will meet their friends who also become Deva. Like here, everybody practicing meditation together. Maybe someone will die soon, someone will die later, but because of our kusala karma, we will be reborn as a Deva. So our friends will remind us, you remember in human life, we practiced together in Dhammadayada. You should remember your practice. Then you will remember, knowledge will arise in that way. So, although we cannot attain anything, we should always keep trying so that in the next life it will be very easy for us to attain. So please don't think too much about hetu. No, I just explain because we are understanding about hetu pachaya, but don't think about yourself too much. Okay, now I think this much quite okay about hetu. No, okay, so we should move on to Aramana pachayo. Okay, so aramana. What is the meaning of aramana? Aramana means object. Okay, object. Object for what? Object for the mind. Okay, so this is object condition. So objects will be the cause. Then mentalities will be the effect. In aramana pachayo, you should understand object are the cause and mentalities will be the effect. So, let us all recite Aramana Pachayo. Aramana Pachayoti Rupayatanang Chakhu Vinyana Dhatuya Tang Sambayutakanancha Dhammanang Aramana Pachayena Pachayo Sadayatanang Sota Vinyana Dhatuya Tang Sampayutakanancha Dhammanang Aramana Pachayena Pachayo Gandhayatanang Ghana Vinyana Dhatuya Tang Sampayutakanancha Dhammanang Aramana Pachayena Pachayo Rasayatanang Jiva Vinyana Dhatuya Tang Sampayutakanancha Dhammanang Aramana Pachayena Pachayo Photabhayatanang Kaya Vinyana Dhatuya Tang Sampayutakanancha Dhammanang Aramana Pachayena Pachayo Rupayatanang Saddayatanang Gandhayatanang Jasayatanang Photabhayatanang Manodhatuya Tang Sambayutakanang Cha Dhammanang Aramana Pachayena Pachayo Sabbe Dhamma Manovinyana Dhatuya Tang Sambayutakanang Cha Dhammanang Aramana Pachayena Pachayo Yang dhammang arabhaye ye dhamma upajanti ceta cetasika dhamma te dhamma te san dhamma nang aramana pachayena pachayo. Okay, so what is the meaning? Rupayatanang chakhu vinyana dhatuya tang sampayutakanancha dhammanang aramana pachayena pachayore. Okay, rupayatanang. What is rupayatanang? Visible object. So what is visible object? What is visible object?
Shape and color.
Okay, color. Okay, here you see this cup. Actually, you just see the color of the cup. You cannot see anything else. You see this table, you just see color. Okay, so rupayatana is color, object. Okay, visible object is color. Color impinges in the eye. So when the color when it impinges on the eye, what happens? Chakhu vinyana dhatuya, it becomes the cause. Okay, so this color is the cause. Okay, the color is the cause. Now effect here. What is the effect? Eye consciousness, chakhu vinyana dhatu. So eye consciousness element. So eye consciousness is one effect. Not only that, tang sampayutakanancha dhammanang. So eye consciousness together with cetasikas. How many cetasika in eye consciousness? 7. So these 8 will be effect. Okay, so visible object is the, so this is aramana pachayo, object condition. The object being the condition for eye consciousness and cetasikas to arise. Because of this object, only you can see, seeing consciousness, or if there is no object, this, it cannot become condition for chakhu vinyana to arise. Okay. Similarly, you should understand the same. So saddhayatanam sota vinyana dhatu. So saddhayatana means sound. When the sound impinge on your sota pasada here, so what happens? Ear consciousness will arise. Sota vinyana dhatu tang sampayutakanancha dhammanam, together with the sampayukta dhamma, which are the 7 cetasikas. Where do they arise? They arise in the ear, taking the sotapasada at base. But that we will learn in Nisaya Pachaya, okay, later. But here, now, this one is only object Pachaya. So we just understand the object, okay. So the object is the sound, effect is the sota vinyana. So ear consciousness together with 7 cetasikas are the effect. Okay, now similarly nose. The smell is the cause. Nose consciousness and cetasikas will be the effect. Tongue will be the cause. Taste will be the cause, other will be the effect. Touch will be the cause. Touch means photabhayatana, sorry. Anything photabhayatana, photabharamana is the same. Okay, so what is photabharamana? Touch object, tangible object. What are tangible object? Either it can be hardness, roughness, heaviness, softness, smoothness, lightness, which is earth element. Or it can be heat or cold, which is the fire element. Or it can be pushing and supporting, which is the wind element. Those things you can touch. Okay, see, you can touch wind, right? You can feel the touch. When you touch this, hot or cold, hard and soft. So these are called tangible objects. So water element You cannot touch. Okay, you try to touch water. What will you feel? Heat or cold, soft or hard. You cannot touch water. Okay, and the water can only be understood by the mind. So that is why Pottabha Ramana is three things. Okay, earth element, fire element, and wind element. So these are touch tangible objects. Pottabha yatanang kaya vinyana dhatuya tang sambayutaka nancha dhammanang aramana pachayena pachayo. So these Pathavi, Tejo and Vayo will be the cause for body consciousness together with seven Chetasika, and they cause in a way of object condition. Okay, so that is the meaning of this Pali stanza. Okay, so what condition do they do? Object condition. So because of these objects, these minds can arise. So here we should understand there are two kinds of mind. Okay, so eyes, we can see good, we can see bad. Sound, we can hear something good, hear something bad. Nose, something good, something bad. Taste, something good, something bad. Touch, something nice, something unpleasant. So there are always these two things, good and bad. So kusala vipaka and akusala vipaka. So if it is wholesome resultant, it will be something good. Okay, if it is akusala vipaka, it can be something bad. Or sometimes the object will be just upekha, depending, it can be kusala, akusala, but the mind will be neutral. So there are three types of object we can understand. Ittharamana, anitharamana, tatra majja tattaramana. Okay, so in this way there are three kinds of object. Some pleasant object, unpleasant object, and neutral object. So based on these objects, the minds are arising, which then take up the root. So we should be careful. Because of some object, okay, good object, mind will arise. We do not pay attention properly, lobha will arise. Then lobha hetu will take root. So this is how these two pachayo are working. Sound, hit, we don't like, dosa will take root. So you can understand, you can also link these two pachaya now, hetu pachaya and aramana pachaya, how they are connected. You feel something, painful feeling you don't want, dosa will take root. Okay, you see something, you understand it as color. You see it striking here, you understand that eye consciousness arising. You can contemplate them as anicca, dukkha, anatta. Then what will take root? Alobha, adasa, amoha will take root. The object is the same, but the root will be different depending on how we are attending to those objects. So that is one thing we should understand here. So total there will be 10 consciousness, no? 2 chakku vinyana dhatu, kusala, akusala, 2 sota vinyana, 2 ghana, 2 jiva, 2 kaya will be 10. Then objects are 5. So these 5 are cause, these 10 will be effect together with 7 chetasika. So all these 10 chittas have the same number of chetasika, just 7. So you don't have to do too much calculation. Okay? Are you everybody following me still?
Yes.
Okay. No? Yeah, Patthana is not like listening to stories. Sometimes it can be a little tricky, not easy to understand, but we try, everybody try. Okay, now then what happens? Rupayatana, Saddayatana, Gandhayatana, Rasayatana, Pottabhayatana, Mano Dhatuya. Tang Sambayutaka Nancha Dhammanang Aramana Pachayena Pachayo. Okay, now what is the causes here? See, the same color, sound, smell, taste, touch. But now it is the condition for what? Manodhatuya. Okay, so what is manodhatu here? We should understand what is manodhatu. So 3 consciousnesses we should regard as manodhatu. Okay, first is 5-door adverting consciousness. Okay, what is 5-door? Okay, just make it simple. I will try to make simple. So something touches the eye. Then what happens? From bhavanga, the mind shakes, then adverts to the eye. Then only the chakhu vinyana arises, right? So this adverting consciousness is manodhatu. The object is, the cause is the object. Because of this object, adverting consciousness could arise. Then only chakhu vinyana can arise. Okay, so these also have object condition. Aramana pachayo. All the panchadwara vajjana will arise in your heart base. Okay, but it is adverting to the eye. Because of this adversion, this one arises. So this is one manodhatu. Understand? So wherever, whatever object come, okay, if it's visible object, it adverts to the eye. If it is sound object, it adverts to the ear. That's why there are 5 objects here. Rupayatana, Saddhayatana, Gandha, Rasa, Photabhayatana, Manodhatuya. Okay, because of all these things, we have adverting or avajjana, Panchadwara Vajjana Chitta. So this object will be, these are the causes, Panchadwara Vajjana is the effect. So when you are doing practicing meditation by Patthana, you should discern this. Okay, you see these are object, because of this Panchadwara Vajjana arising. So this is the cause, this is the effect. This is the cause, this is the effect. So this is the way you meditate when doing Patthana in Vipassana. Okay, now another is 2 registration consciousness also we count as Sampati Chana Chitta. Okay, so this Sampati Chana Chitta also register the object. So the object is the cause, Sampati Chana Chitta is the effect. So in this way you can understand 3 consciousness. Panchadwara Vajjana, Sampati Chana. So there are 2 Sampati Chana, Kusala and Akusala. So both will be, I think now maybe starting to okay, just think 3 chitta. Okay, manodhatu is 3 chitta. Okay, so Panchadwara Vajjana and Sampati Chana. So these 3 chittas are manodhatu. So what are the chetasikas? Tang sampayutta nancha dhammanam. So together with these manodhatu, also there are sampayukta dhamma. Also are the chetasikas which arise together with these chitta. So there are 10 chetasikas in this group, we should understand. So these 5 will be the cause for these 10 chetasika and chitta. So if you want to know what are the chetasikas, is 7 universal, vitaka, vichara and adhimokha. Okay, so phasa, vedana, sanya, chetana, ekagata, jivita, manasikara, vitaka, vichara, adhimokha. So 10 chetasikas together with chitta. So these are the sampayukta dhamma. Manodhatu is the chitta. Okay, so this line refers to this. So whenever you are chanting, you should understand this is this, this is this. Then it will be beneficial. Okay, maybe I want to say something. Now I remember something. Because everyone's so confused, I remember one story. So maybe we should put story also. You know, Patthana is very, very beneficial. So even just to listen Patthana is beneficial. If you can understand Patthana, it is very beneficial. But okay, even if you cannot understand deeply, but just listening to Patthana is also very beneficial. Similarly to those 500 bats who were living in the cave during Kassapa Buddha's time, right?
Yes.
So every day, Arahantas, Bhantes in Kassapa Buddha's dispensation, they used to chant Patthana. So those bats, they don't understand any word, but just the way Bhante is chanting, maybe the tone and the way they are chanting, they feel very good. They feel very happy just listening to Patthana, although they don't understand. Then after death, they all reborn as Deva. So even we cannot understand Patthana, listening is also already beneficial. Listening Patthana with happy mind is already beneficial. If you understand, it is the best, but sometimes you are confused, so no need to understand too detail, just understand it is beneficial. Then you will have three-rooted mind. So they reborn in Devaram. Then in our Buddha's time, they become human. Then what happened? They become bhikkhus. After becoming bhikkhu, you know who was their teacher? Venerable Sariputta. And whenever the Buddha came down, he taught about Abhidhamma. So Bhante Sariputta used to teach. So they were the ones who could listen to this Abhidhamma teaching, Patthana teaching, and become Arahanta. So what was the condition for them to become Arahanta? They were bats. They listened to Patthana. Although they did not understand, they listened to Patthana with happy mind. So that was one of the condition. Okay, Upanishaya Pachayo. But later we will understand that Pachayo later, not now. So even though now, although I say Mano Dhatu, this, that, may be confusing, but also it is beneficial. So you can keep that in your mind. Or maybe already time. Finish or continue?
Continue because today we start late.
Okay. So now next stanza. Sabbe dhamma manovinyana dhatuya tang sampayutaka nancha dhammanang aramana pachayena pachayo. Okay, sabbe dhamma. What is sabbe dhamma? All dhammas. All dhammas. You can take all dhammas can be the cause. Okay, what are all dhammas? Nama and Rupa, Nibbana and concept. So these are all dhammas. Chitta, Chetasika, Rupa, Nibbana, okay, and Panyati. So these are all dhammas. Then what are the effect? Mano vinyana dhatuya tang sampayutakanancha dhammanang. And what is the condition? Aramana pachayena pachayo. So these are being the causes as object condition to what dhammas? Mano vinyana dhatu and the associated mental factors. Sampayukta kanancha dhammana. Okay, so what is mano vinyana dhatu now? You understood mano dhatu. Now what is mano vinyana dhatu? Okay, just go up, you see Rupayatana Chakhu Vinyana Dhatu, Sota Vinyana Dhatu, Ghana Vinyana Dhatu, Jiva Vinyana Dhatu, Kaya Vinyana Dhatu. Only 10 chittas here. But there are so many other chittas not mentioned. So those are what? Arise in the heart base, Mano Vinyana Dhatu. Okay? I try to make very simple. So those are Mano Vinyana Dhatu. So these Mano Vinyana Dhatu. So because the mind can take everything as object, right? It can take Chitta also as object. It can take Rupa also as object. It can take concept also as object. It can take Nibbana also as object. Whatever. So all dhammas, right, can be the cause for Mano Dhatu. So 76 chittas we consider as Mano Dhatu. Okay? 76. Okay, 10. You minus 10. Chakkhud Vinyana Dhatu.
79.
Wait. I will give you calculation. Chakhu Vinyana Dhatu cannot consider as Mano Vinyana Dhatu because it is Chakhu Vinyana Dhatu, right? Yeah. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. So 79. Then also have Mano Dhatu. So one is the paragraph in the front. We don't count those Mano Dhatu here. So 5-door adverting and 2 Sampati Channa. Already mentioned up. Taking the 5 objects, right? So those 3 also we minus 13. So 13 89 minus 13 will be 76 chittas. Is Mano Vinyana Dhatu.
So 79. I got it. So why from 79 to 76 and then
So you minus 3 Mano Dhatu also.
which one?
Panchadwara Vajjana and 2 Sampati Channa.
I don't understand Pali one thing.
5 door adverting and registration mind. 5 door adverting consciousness and registration consciousness. Because those are mentioned above already in the above passage. Rupayatna, Sadayatna, Gandhayatna, Patapayatna, Mano Dhatu. Yeah. So this Mano Dhatu we don't count as Mano Vinyana Dhatu. Understand?
That is 10.
No. That is Mano Dhatu. That is only 3. Not 10.
Dịch làm mấy con cái gì?
Cái trừ cái năm ngũ song thức, cái tâm thâu, tâm quan sát.
Registration.
Registration.
Kusala and akusala vipaka. Okay.
Ban sát.
He also want to listen Patthana.
Rất là 89 tâm trừ cho 10.
Chương 13. 10 ngũ song thức.
Okay.
Là còn 79.
So we finish Sokya. Sokya. Pali Sokya to no. Pali ne Sokya. And our yam dhamma araba ye dhamma upajati to ni.
Phán đoán.
Okay, so now we should move to the next paragraph.
Làm gì có tâm phán đoán là gì?
Okay, we can move to the next paragraph.
Phán đoán.
Yam dhammang arabaye dhamma upajanti chitta chetasika dhamma te dhamma te sandesan dhamma nang aramana pachena pachayo. Yang dhamma arabha. So whatever these dhammas take up, ye dhamma upachati, these dhammas will arise. So it is just given as introduction. So whatever these dhammas take up, these dhammas are arising. So those dhammas will be the object condition for those dhammas. That is the translation. So what is this dhamma and what is that dhamma? So whatever object are arising, those object will become the object condition for the associated chitta and chetasikas. So that is the conclusion. Now in first it explain detail. So you can say whatever these dhammas, so you can take all dhammas, right? Then whatever respective consciousness can arise, so you can take 76 consciousness. Also you can take those 3 consciousness, or also you can take those 10 consciousness depending on the object. Okay, so whatever object there are, those kind of dhammas can give object condition to these dhammas, which are the mentalities, chitta and chetasika. So this is the end passage of Aramana Pachayo. So whenever you are reciting, you should consider, okay, all these dhammas are arising because of Aramana Pachayo. So based on this, what we understand is the mind can never arise without an object. So the mind, whatever mind it is, there should always be an object. Without object, mind can never arise. So there is one very big confusion now in the world. People think when they are meditating, then maybe they think, oh, they don't know anything. There is no mind. I cannot know anything. My nama rupa stop. So maybe I become sotapanna. So people have this kind of wrong view, wrong understanding, wrong idea. So they think when they are attaining nibbana, the mind stops to arise. There is no mind, there is no mentalities, there is no mind, there is no matter. So that is the state of sotapanna. So many have this kind of believing, and when they meditate, maybe because lack of sati, not enough sati, they don't know anything. then they think maybe they become Sotapanna. So, but if we understand Patthana, so actually without object, mind can never arise. So if someone becomes Sotapanna, the mind will arise, taking Nibbana as object. So object is there, Nibbana will be the object, and the mind will be Sotapati Magga Chitta. Associated mental factors will be, okay, how much? 36, okay. So together with, if it is first jhana, Sotapati Magga Chitta, there will be 37 Chitta Chetasika arising, taking Nibbana as object. So when someone attain Nibbana, is not like sleeping or they don't know anything, will never happen. The mind arises very strong. It's Magga Chitta. It has very strong sati. It has very strong samadhi. It can understand the object very clearly. So we need to be careful about these kind of yogis. Huh?
37.
Yeah. If it's first jhana, depends on what jhana it is associating with. Chitta Chetasika might change. 37 Chitta Chetasik total. I also counted Chitta. If Chitta, then 36 Chetasik. Okay. So we can understand, without object, mind can never arise. So if someone become Ariya, their mind will arise taking Nibbana as object. It's not like they don't know anything, the mind stop arising, then they become Ariya. So that is not true. Okay, so I think this much for today. We finish Aramana Pachayo. Tomorrow we will review a little bit of Aramana Pachayo again, so that you will not forget. Then we will move on to Adhipatti Pachayo. So one more thing, and I forget, so now I'm starting to remember. In commentary, they give one example for Aramana Pachayo, is like when a weak person, he cannot get up, he cannot sit by himself, so he needs support. Maybe someone have to give him support to get up, walk, right? Like very old person, very sick person. So this Aramana Pachayo is also like that. This Chakku Vinyana cannot get up by itself. So this object is like supporting. So in this way they give the example of Aramana Pachayo in the commentary. It's like giving support to an old person to get up and walk. So these objects are giving support for these Chitta and Chetasika Dhamma to arise and work properly. Without object, they cannot arise, they cannot work properly. So with this, we end our second Patthana lesson about Aramana Pachayo. So tomorrow is Uposatha day. So we will learn Vinaya. We will not learn Patthana. So please try not to forget this the day after tomorrow. Okay, may you all be able to see these Patthana causes in your 5 khanda, and may you all can develop concentration to see these dhammas, to see these causal relationship, and to see them arising and perishing, so that you can contemplate vipassana and attain magga, phala and nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, now question. Okay, now okay.
Bhante, I ask again. 89, my
Wait, he is asking.
13, iti 10 Panchadora and 1
2 Sampatichana.
2 Samatati and 1 Vatapana.
No, Vatapana. Only Sampatichana. 2 Sampatichana.
Yeah. 2 and 10 Panchadora Ajat
13 become. No, okay, see 10 here. Panchadwara, Sampatichana Kusala, Sampatichana Akusala. 13. Sampatichana, there is 2 chitta. Kusala Vipaka, Akusala Vipaka.
But they say I cannot understand. So
Oh, you bring this one.
so
Okay.
they have the 89 minus for the 10
10,
here,
okay.
and 3
3,
more.
3. I cannot understand Vietnamese.
But they can see in here lah.
How can I understand if I cannot read?
But also that need to see this also can understand.
Tukala. How to understand? What is?
We didn't have any English.
But they don't use this for learner.
Never. I never use this, so I don't know. So what is this? What is this chitta? Kusala, kusala. Okay, this is kusala. Okay. Ahetuka. Show me ahetuka chitta.
Ahetuka here.
Okay. Ahetuka. So sampati channa where?
Somebody
Sana. Receiving.
receive it here.
Okay. 1, 2. Tip thao.
Yes.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Then panchadwara. Where is pancha? 5 door. 5 door.
5 door here.
Okay. Only one. Should be one. 5 door. One chitta.
That it I
Kiriya. Show me kiriya chitta.
Kiriya here.
Ahetuka kiriya chitta. Ahetuka kiriya chitta. Yeah. This one. Okay. This one, and this one.
Ah.
Okay. 3. I hope the khai ngu mon, right? Khai ngu mon.
Yes.
Is panchadwara, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. See.
Panchadwara.
Okay. This, and this. Okay. 3. 10. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
13.
Okay.
So these 3 is manodhatu. So manodhatu. Okay. These 3 are manodhatu.
Manodhatu.
And all this will be mano vinyana dhatu. Okay.
Yes.
Understand?
Understand.
Okay.
But they say Bali I cannot understand.
Okay, Robin, what question?
क्वेसन चाहिँ श्रोतामा भएको आफूले थाहा हुन्छ भनेपछि अब्जेक्ट चाहिँ तर मैले सुनेको प्रायः कसैलाई थाहा हुँदैन अरे अनि चेकिङको लागि चाहिँ आफ्नो टिचरकोमा जान्छ.
Okay, so his question is, if Sotapanna, he heard somewhere, if someone becomes Sotapanna, they don't know their attainment, then they have to check. So, okay, one thing, I will answer you by asking another question. What kilesas do Sotapanna remove? Sakaya ditti vichiki chitansa silabatam vapi yadati kinchi. Okay, so vichikicha, they don't have doubt.
Yes.
So if they have doubt about their attainment, okay, you get your answer, or you need more? I have another way also to explain. Okay, so there is another thing also. Okay, I will explain in another way also. So one, they remove doubt. So if they have doubt about their attainment,
Yes.
Sotapanna cannot be. Then second case is immediately after the path and fruition knowledge, there is the mind called reviewing knowledge, Paccavekkhana jnana. Okay. So this Paccavekkhana jnana usually it reviews 5 objects, 5 things. Okay. So it reviews the magga, it reviews phala, it reviews nibbana, it reviews what are the kilesas that have been removed by me, and it reviews what are the kilesas that are remaining by me. So whenever someone attain magga, phala, if someone becomes sotapanna, immediately after that there is reviewing knowledge. So that knowledge will review his magga. What was the way he attained sotapatti? Then another mind will review phala, the fruition. Then another mind will review nibbana, the object. Then another mind will review what are the kilesas that have been removed by me. Then another mind will review what are the kilesas still remaining. So the commentary here also says the first 3 will happen to everybody. So there is no sotapannas in the world who did not review magga, phala and nibbana after attaining. Okay, so first 3 happens to everybody, but the last 2, what are the kilesas removed by me and what kilesas are remaining by me, these 2 things only happen to those who have good pariyatti knowledge. If someone do not have good pariyatti knowledge, these two reviewing will not happen to them. So they know kilesas have been removed, but they don't know what exactly, which kilesas, because they don't have pariyatti knowledge. Okay? And they know some kilesas are remaining, but they don't know exactly what kilesas are remaining. That is why King Mahanama have doubt. He asked to the Buddha, he think King Mahanama is Sakadagami, okay? So what King Mahanama thought is Sakadagami can never get angry, or Kamachanda cannot arise in Sakadagami. But that is Anagami stage. So he have this wrong understanding of pariyatti. But he don't have doubt about his attainment. So he think he is Sakadagami already. But still some raga arising in him, sometime dosa arising. Why? Should not arise. I am Sakadagami. Should not arise. So he have this kind of doubt. It's not doubt about his attainment. Because not enough pariyatti. So he go to the Buddha. Then he say, Bhante, I already have this dhamma, but still these kilesa are arising in me. Why? They should not arise. Then the Buddha teach him, you still Sakadagami, you have not uprooted these kilesas. Only an anagami removes dosa and kamaraga. So you still are Sakadagami. So for you is normal to arise. So in this way, when the Buddha explained to him, then, but he never have doubt about his attainment. Okay, he have doubt because of, so many people taking example of Mahanama, actually, they say, oh, they can have doubt. But actually, if you read properly, if you see the commentaries, the sub-commentary, give an explanation about why he have doubt. What was the reason? It's not because of he doubt his attainment and he have to go to the Buddha to check. No, not like that. Okay. So I give you two answers to one question.
Now, how about those maybe you mentioned they thought you achieved Sotapanna for themselves? They don't feel they have doubt. They say, "Oh,
Is overestimation.
Oh.
One is they don't understand Nibbana properly, right? They don't understand the process of Maggaphala. So if you do not understand the process of Maggaphala, then you will misunderstand some other experiences as attaining Nibbana. That can happen, right? Because you don't know the process, you don't know the practice.
It's still about pariyatti.
Yeah, everything, you need pariyatti. Otherwise, how can you meditate?
And did they
If you don't have pariyatti knowledge, you cannot meditate. It's impossible.
So their state is fallen into the Boyanga?
Can be anything. Can be anything.
Can be any other reason?
Other thing also can happen.
For example?
Can be bhavanga, can be sleeping sometimes. can be just some other object like space element. If the mind takes space element as object, they cannot discern space properly. They don't understand space properly, but the mind take that element as object. So they think the body disappear. The mind also disappear because it's space, right? Okay, then what it is? They don't know. They don't understand this element. Okay, Nibbana, like that. So yeah, it's like that. It's easy to misunderstand. That's why we need a teacher. If we cannot study by ourselves, we need a teacher who can guide us properly. So if we make mistake, the teacher can know. The teacher can say, this is wrong, don't do. Right? Otherwise, you just meditate by yourself, alone. You have many experience, but you don't know what it is. So you will just give name to that experience, right? This is this, maybe this is this. Like that. Happens like that. Any more question? Have 5 minutes for 9 o'clock. I can take question till 9 o'clock. Ittharamana, anittharamana, tatra majjataramana. Okay, so his question is those kusala and akusala which just arise in our mind but not come out through body and speech. So does this kind of karma give result? Is his question. Okay, so you just think something good or something bad, will it give result in the future? So actually later when I teach karma pachaya, you will understand. It is the question for karma pachaya, vipaka pachaya. Okay, but to give your question long one word answer is yes. Now slowly will be interesting. Patthana will be interesting.
Know whether the disciple is three-headed or three-headed.
If the teacher have the ability to penetrate other people's mind, like parachitta vijanana abhinyana, right? So if they can read other people's mind, if they can understand their patisandhichitta, then they can understand whether panya is arising or not. So those teachers who can read other people's mind, for them they can do, but not easy to find such teacher nowadays. Although they do, maybe we not sure how much accurate they can see. Depends on their concentration also, right? Only the Buddha never make mistake. But other people, although they can read other people's mind, sometimes they can also make mistakes, right? So we cannot say for sure. Young. Yesterday, maybe she asked me again to explain about the last stanza. She have doubts, so maybe I explain in Nepali if she can understand better. Okay. Okay, yang dhammang arabha ye dhamma upajanti chitta chetasika dhamma. Okay, so whatever dhammas there are, so these whatever dhammas there are, right? Whatever dhammas take up arabha. So whatever dhammas arise, so whatever object arise, understand? Whatever objects take up or whatever objects are there, ye dhamma upajati. So similar to that object, those dhammas will also upajanti, will arise. So for example, if the eye take up the color, what dhamma will arise? Chakku vinyana and other. Okay. So if you are thinking about Buddha, so dhamma ramana. So what dhammas will arise? Mano vinyana dhatu and sampayutta dhammas. So in this way, tete dhamma, tesang dhammanam. So tete dhamma is cause, tesang dhammanam is the effect. Aramana pachayana, pachayo is the condition of cause and effect. Aramana pachayo, object condition of this cause and this effect.
Is Panchadwara and Chakku Vinyana different things?
Yeah, different chitta. That when we understand maybe anantara pachayo, you will understand. So for this, I think you should know a viti. Do you know what is a viti? Do you know mental process? So when mental process you know, right? So Sayadaw give one example of a man sleeping under the mango tree. The mango fall down, he see, he take, he eat, right? So you remember that, right? Okay, so Panchadwara Vajjana is when the mango fall down, he look at the mango, right? So that is similar to, okay, he wake up from sleep. So sleeping is bhavanga mind. When the mango fall down, he wake up. Then when he wake up, he search what happened. Then he see the mango. So this is panchadwara vajjana, adverting to the object. So usually there is bhavanga mind. When something strike in the eye, then bhavanga mind stop. Then the mind adverts towards that object, towards the door, towards the sense door. If it is eye door, it adverts towards the eye door for chakhu vinyana to arise. If it is sound, it adverts to the ear door for sota vinyana to arise. So after bhavanga, there is this mind called pancha dwara vajjana. So whichever dwara, pancha is 5, dwara is door, vajjana is adverting. So it is adverting to the 5 doors wherever objects are striking. Then only consciousness arises depending on the door. So that is pancha dwara vajjana and vinyana. Dve pancha vinyana. We call in Pali dve pancha vinyana.
So Bhante, you said that for registration mind there is kusala and akusala two things. But if somebody doesn't like or dislike, he's just neutral. Isn't that the case also? Like like in equanimity.
Okay, I understand what you are saying.
Neither liking nor disliking.
Yes, Bhante, I understand. That is, how to say? No, I want to make it very simple. So I'm thinking how to make simple. Otherwise, can be very complicated. Usually, it's not okay. It's not up to us to decide. Registration mind just happens like is automatic. When a mental process arises, this is automatic process. So, Bhante, what you are saying is when you decide to become neutral, you are talking only about javana. That is javana chittas. Okay? Liking, disliking, or being neutral. Okay? So, if you like, maybe lobha javana arise. If you dislike, maybe dosa javana arise. If you are neutral, can be lobha, can be dosa, can be moha, can be kusala, can be akusala, any javana can arise. Depends on how you see the object. But this registration mind is registering the object. It's just for the vidhi, the process to move forward. So it is like, it is not under our control. We cannot control this. It arises. We cannot control it.
Even for the Arya, the same.
Yeah. Even Arahantas have registration mind. So it's beyond our control. We cannot control this. This is we call it in Pali chitta niyama. So it is the niyama. It is the rule of mind and mental process. Niyama. So it is this rule. When all the chittas arise in the 5 door, it has a rule. So based on this rule, mind and mental processes arises. So registration is also in this process. It's not how we can control. Even the Buddha have this registration. Arahantas have. Normal people also have. So only what we can control is javana. Kusala or akusala.
Javana is just related to present moment.
Yeah, only present moment. This is just vipaka mind. Vipaka and kiriya mind arises before javana. So just to function for cognizing an object. If they do not arise, we can never see anything, understand anything. We can never hear and understand anything. We can never smell and understand the smell.
Yes.
Understanding can never happen if this process does not go.
But if in this case, for normal person, for example, the desire or anger is very easy to arise and it's very difficult to change his jhana. But when he attain dhyana or when his samatha arise, so his, for example, in the jhana, his jhana can be very long. So how can this kind of mentality help him to reduce the strong desire and anger?
It's called tadanga pahana in Pali. Okay, so tadanga pahana means to relinquish for some time, for a period of time. So until and unless you are entering into jhana, no akusala can arise. So your mind is always very peaceful. So if you can enter into jhana for 3 hours, okay, so when you come out from that jhana, because of the power of this 3-hour jhana, maybe it will stretch, like your mind will be always peaceful for a long time. Maybe through in the morning you enter jhana 3 hour, then you come out, although you do many things, but because of you entered jhana in the morning for 3 hours, so it's very strong. So your mind will be peaceful throughout the day. Yes, akusala will arise, but you can easily remove them because you already have very calm mind. And if akusala want to arise, okay, you enter into jhana again. So in this way you can remove. We say tadanga pahana is momentary, how to say pahana, relinquishment. Momentary relinquishment. No?
Oh, that's why some teachers recommend after you have dhyana, you practice the 14 ways, you should practice 14 ways until you die. Because every day the 14 ways can automatically run, no akusala will easily arise.
No, usually 14 ways is very difficult to practice. Okay? So when you can do 14 ways, entering jhana is like nothing to you. So maybe even when you are walking, you can enter into 1,000 jhanas. You can come out and enter maybe 1,000 times, no? Many jhanas. So when you can do 14 ways, like jhana is very, you mastered all kashinas with 8 attainments. So whichever jhana you want, like this you can enter. So your mind is always peaceful.
How come some people they already have strong dhyana, even 14 ways, but later on they lose the dhyana because they stop practicing 14 ways?
Because they become lazy. They become lazy, they stop their practice, then they lose everything. Then they have to go back to the breath.
Lo-fi arising. Like bodhisattva lying and see the woman.
There was one Samanera in Sri Lanka. So he had very strong psychic power. No? His teacher was Arahanta. So whatever the teacher tell him to do, he used psychic power. So the teacher, because Samanera, he have to work a lot. Our Samanera very lucky. He don't have to work anything. But ancient Samanera have to work a lot. So he have to sweep the monastery, wash this, clean toilet, many things. So when Bhante tell him to do, he just psychic power. Finish. He want, okay, clean monastery. He maybe he use wind. All the leaves blow away. The monastery very clean. So then the teacher one day called him and said, you use your psychic power too much. You rely on your power too much. You don't overuse your psychic power. Otherwise, you might have to marry a blind person. The teacher tell him in that way. You will have to marry a blind person. But he did not understand what is the teacher's meaning. So one day he was just maybe going for Pindapata, coming back, maybe the ball very heavy to carry. So he just fly back to the monastery. No? So on the way back, he hear one lady singing and planting rice, Maybe it is planting season. So they're like, no, like that, they're planting. No, women usually they do like that. So when this Samanera hear this sound, then what happened? He have attachment with this sound. Then he lose his concentration, he fall down from the sky. Slowly. Usually it's mentioned when people with jhana lose their jhana in the air, what happened? They don't crash like aeroplane. They fall down like a feather. Like a feather falling down. So although they lose their jhana, they don't crash like aeroplane. Okay? They fall down. Then he fall down, he follow this sound, he meet this lady, very beautiful. Now what happened? He disrobed. So he was flying maybe few minutes ago, now he disrobed. Then he married this lady. Then what he have to do? Every day he have to work in the field, planting rice, feeding cow, maybe this, maybe that. So his wife always used to bring him lunch in the field. Then he eat, work in the field because they are farmer. Then one day he working since morning, very tired. But his wife, she came late. Then he got very angry. He said, I worked the whole morning and you only have one job, to bring me food on time. That also you cannot do improperly. Then he shouted at her a lot. And maybe he hit her. He hit or he pushed her, you go away. Then what happened? She fall down and there was one plant with thorn, spike in the tree. So she hit her eye, both eyes damaged. Then she become blind. Then he have to take care for her the whole life. Then when he old, he realized, oh, this is what my teacher give me warning. My teacher was Arahanta, he could see my future. So that day, if he did not fly, if he just walk, maybe he never meet this girl. He can go by road, maybe another way. So he can go back monastery, practice meditation. But he fly, so he meet with this girl. Yeah. Now he have to take care of a blind wife. So his teacher, then he realized, oh, my teacher was Arahanta. He could see my future and give me warning, but I did not listen to him. Like that happened. So it's very easy, although you are very master of psychic power, akusala can arise if you do not pay wise attention. If you have wrong attention towards these objects, then akusala will arise. Yeah. In Sri Lanka, I have many good stories, like inspiring stories, because many great Bhantes were born over there. So if you read, you will find many good stories of that country.
Practice.
No, finish.
Busy.
He busy with farming.
Very busy.
Like that. Okay, so now we sleep lah. Otherwise, it will be 10 o'clock. Huh? Okay, maybe. Okay, let us share merits. Idam me punyang asavakhaya vahang hotu. Idam me punyang nibbanasa pachayo hotu. Mama punya bhagang sabba satanang bhajemi te sabe me samang punya bhagang labhantu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.